From holding it together to holding myself. Hi, I am Miri, and I'm sharing what it means to be human from my own experience. I'm coming from years of challenge, and if I'm honest, these years feel more like an eternity. The inner explorations and healings going with them were not pretty, nor were they nice. However, something has started to dawn on me. I think partially these times were even more difficult because I did not give myself permission to be with what was truly happening. I mean, my body was breaking down. Relationships were crumbling. My mental health was not great. Yet I was not allowing myself to see the truth of what was really going on in my life. I think partly because I did not know how to acknowledge that, and because it was scary. So I ignored the truth that life was trying to share with me. Growing up, I was taught to stay positive. Anger was not acceptable. I was used to playing the role of the happy, light-hearted one, keeping the family together. Bad things did not happen in my family. At least they were not talked about. So I glossed over. I made up excuses. I did not allow myself to have a slow day or a cranky one. I continued to push. I always blamed myself. I stayed stuck in that loop. What I did not do was to give myself compassion for the parts of me that were actually hurting. I did not really hold myself through any of this. I fought hard. I fought hard against myself. I was in denial about the amount of nurturing I actually needed. And I wasn't allowing myself to receive that or give that to me. That cost me a lot of energy. That is something I'm just starting to realize. Keeping up that illusion, that is so exhausting. And I was still blaming myself because I was not getting better. When the first illusions came crumbling down, and I mean like a relationship that had shifted to another level a long time ago, and I was not acknowledging that. I was not giving myself permission to let that go. When I finally saw that and realized, I turned on myself. I went into shame. I scolded myself for not being stronger, for holding on, for not letting go. You know, all of these things. For not being better. You know how that voice goes. And I'm just beginning to understand how detrimental that was to me and still is. That inner scolding. That is not helping. It was not motivating. It was not protective. It was just draining me more. I would have needed encouragement, love, encouragement, like that. But I was not capable of giving that to myself. I know now, and I can see that there is another option. I can start choosing myself. not by fixing myself through hard work and discipline and more pushing, but by loving myself, by allowing myself to be in compassion with those parts of myself that are hurting, that are in pain. And that includes the parts that are scolding me, you know? So there's a wound at the bottom and at the base of all of this. And that wound and that pain does not heal through more yelling, scolding, or ignoring. It heals through acknowledgement, being loved, being held, being listened to. So right now my practice is very small. Listening, slowing down, giving myself what I need, not what I think I should need. And I think that is a new beginning.